Slaptail Squad, assemble.
If you are listening to this, you are a member of the great Slaptail Nation, my nation. And who am I? I'm the Beaveman, master of the universe, creator of all things great and small, and Lord High Commander of the great Slaptail Nation Army. And as most of you know who listen to our podcast, I am the world's greatest podcaster. Also with me today, here live in the Beaver Den, with an ass so fine it'll make you want to violate the first commandment, the Padme to my Darth Vader, the evil into my Skeletor, and the Harley Quinn to my ever single sane Joker. We give you the Grouchy Swan. Say hello, Swan.
Hello, Swan.
Yep, sound is dropping the fuck out, and I cannot understand why. Goddamn technology. I was just on this today, and already shit is fucked up, and I'm really fucking pissed about it.
Technology's dumb.
Yeah, there's literally nothing to do. It's plug and fucking play. Anyway.
Did you turn it off and turn it back on?
Yeah, I did actually.
Did you? I don't know.
Yeah, and I have not changed your settings. I have not messed with anything of yours. I don't know why. It's very, very annoying.
Maybe we should phone a toddler.
Probably. I don't know. Toddlers don't really do sound stuff. They're more thumbs and on their iPads or their whatever pads they call toddler
and their
pads.
sticky fingers.
Yeah. Also with us today, all the way from the Uniden, longtime member of the Slaptail Squad, who was back from hiatus, the Ronz. Ronz, how are you?
Hey, Beaveman, how's it going? Glad to see you guys are still bantering back and forth.
Yeah, well, some stuff is not appropriate right before you're going to do something. That's a habit of Swan's, even before we do a comedy show or anything like that. I'm going to go do this. I'm like, okay, listen. We have something that we're focused on right now, not like scattered to do whatever you fucking want just beforehand. Sorry, Swan.
I know how anal you can be, Beaveman. I mean, when I was setting it up and I'm like, oh shit, my chair still squeaks. I had to swap out my chair. Then I'm like, the fan on the CPU is still going pretty hot. And I'm like, don't know adjust the settings for, because it's my son's computer. So I'm like,
how many times are you going to use that excuse, Ronz? It's been like 5 years. You don't even have your own computer yet.
There we go, Swan. Now you're not dropping out.
Maybe I just have to yell.
Maybe you just have to talk. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. It's not your fault.
Probably put your mouth closer to the mic. You're used to that.
Plenty close. And no, I don't put my mouth near nothing except for food.
There you go. So I have my own systems, but this is more an appropriate system because it's more set up for podcasting and VR.
Ooh, VR.
Yep.
Venereal rectorial disease.
There you go.
Well, Swan, this is your idea for an episode. Actually, this was our idea for an episode a long time ago, but I don't go back and listen to the old podcasts like Swan does, apparently.
So I have to be able to drown out everyone around me lately. So I put my AirPods in and just play stuff in the background. So this is what I've been doing. Re-listening to things and playing stuff in the background. So I've been hearing some knowledge, wisdom.
Like what?
Like all of our previous podcast episodes. I started from episode 1. And
what have you learned?
A lot of dumb shit that you're about to learn. We're going to revisit some cringy moments with Ronz. We're going to revisit a lot of things. This sounds better to me.
Yeah, I just messed
Whatever
with
you just
some
did
settings.
sounds really good in my earphones. So if the rest of you can hear this, it sounds great.
Does mine sound any better?
Yeah, I
You
think
sound
so.
a little bit more louder.
Okay, good. Okay, well, I guess that setting is better.
Let's just see what it works with.
I'm just going to keep with this one. Apparently, that's where we need to be.
Found the sweet spot.
I hope so. Okay, well,
I'd save the settings if I were you right now.
So I don't know I don't know how long I've been doing this experiment / thing and how often I get to do it. Just depends on what I'm doing. But I'm on episode 45 now, and I started at the beginning. So
you started even from the old Beaveman in the Dock days?
Started from whatever was the first post.
Okay.
Some of them were, they're not all of them. I don't think are on there, but there was some. and then the introduction of the Ronz, and then, your very first episode.
Okay.
Where you actually, so I want to sum this up, Ronz. I'm going to give you a compliment, and then I'm going to put some shit sandwiches in the middle, and then maybe we can see that now you're back if you just keep with a second. Maybe by the end I'll give you a second compliment. So see if you earn it. So compliment the first episode, you were like pristine. It was naturally happening, and you did a good job. And then as soon as he pointed out, Ronz, you're a natural. You're like, right? What? Yeah, like, sure. Like, I won't say these words. Like, yeah, So that's your shit sound. And like for a bunch of times, then it became cringy. Then it became back to the right. And I can't remember there's another one because you said every time he says that and it's not right, it's something else. Take a drink. And so, yeah. So it became a Ron's drinking game. And then, yeah. So we'll see if you can just, go back to your natural form.
Okay. Fantastic. Thank you.
Well, I republished all the unpublished Beaveman in the Docs to put more data out there.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was on Coffee with the Dog this morning, and he has a way to look at what your ranking systems, what you're ranked at with the podcast and those other things. And he looked at ours, and we weren't on there. I'm like, how are we not on there? We've got 250 plus episodes. How are we not on there?
Mm-hmm.
Don't know how.
So if he thinks if you release it again, it's gonna release them again or republish them, whatever it might help. It'll help.
No, I didn't say that.
Oh,
that was just me putting more data out there.
Okay.
I was going to say he might have been in a different market area.
He said it was for all podcasts.
Oh,
really? It really was like 2.5 million podcasts out there right now.
Wow.
I was like, I don't understand how we can't be on there when you run that, because we've been ranked in the United States. We've been ranked in other countries. We've made it in the top 300 in the US multiple times. So I'm very confused on how. Anyway, now that my schedule is different, I'm going to be focusing more on the podcast, which is good. So, well, not good for me that I have to work every other weekend, both days, but good for me that I'm going to have a day off where I'm basically alone. Once I get jerking off out of the way and working out, I'll have plenty of time throughout the day.
Fantastic. That means you're a very hands-on person, Beaveman. I like that about you.
Yeah, and I've really switched to mostly audio porn because I find that is the most stimulating. Yeah, it's pretty good.
How does
can
that
you
work?
jerk off and work out at the same time, like kill two birds with one stone?
I don't think so.
No. Well, I figured we could save time. Like you could be lifting weights, and during your off, like rest time, you could do that.
Well, I only get 2 minutes between heavy sets, Swan. I don't think 2 minutes
That's
is enough
not
time.
enough time.
No. No, because by the time I get an erection and then I work out again, I'm lifting weights with an erection, and then it goes down, and then I'm on my 2 minute breaks again. Then I have to get my erection again. So it's just this vicious cycle. It's not going to help me nut.
Okay, and all I could think about when you said that was that, like, how you were so scared of working out barefoot and dropping it on your toes. So imagine if you dropped it on another part.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be bad.
Wow, yeah.
I should probably try to do some sets with my penis to see if I can lift the bar, but I don't think it would work.
Maybe the little 1 pound baby weight.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
No?
I don't think so. I don't think that most men's penises can sustain a 1 pound weight.
Okay.
I wonder how many people, men for that matter, thought that was a great way to elongate their penis by putting a weight on the end of it.
I'm sure there's lots of people that have done that. And I've told this story before that people in India, there's sects in India that do things where they'll elongate their penis and pull carts with them and all kinds of stuff, but their nerve endings are dead. They can't do anything other than it's just a rope that they pee through.
Yeah, that's pretty gross.
Yeah. They think it's, I don't know, some religious thing. Anyway, so Swan's idea was she was going back through listening, and she's made a list of some of the podcasts for us to play, revisit, and laugh at. Unfortunately, a couple of them, Swan, you just listed the entire podcast, so I'm like, I'm not going to make a clip of the entire podcast.
Well, because I feel like if we were going to publish those as like, please revisit these, like the one with the daughter is a liar is very funny. Like the entire one is funny. So you can re-listen to the whole thing. So
Gotcha.
I gave you specific little moments of some of them.
Okay. Yeah, so what I've done is I've just made some clips. So we're going to go over the first one. So basically, we're just going to listen to this and see what our reactions are, and hopefully you guys can hear it really. What the
Wait,
fuck?
can we have a moment with the Ronz where he gets to tell us what he's been doing when he's been MIA for fucking ever? Like, I know we had the break for the summer, but we also like have had multiple podcasts where you weren't on because of your previous work schedule and whatever. So what do you want to update your Ronulins that you've been up to these days?
Well, right now I'm getting back to a normal schedule from 11 p.m. to 8 or 9 a.m. versus the going at 4 p.m., get out at 8 or 9 p.m., and then go back at 4 a.m., get out at 8 or 9 a.m. Literally no time for anything. And that sucked. And that was the only way to maintain a full-time status at my position. So when they finally fixed the building, if anybody didn't know, the building that I work at got hit by a tornado. They fixed it, but while they were fixing it, they split up my shift. They transferred us around to various places. Now long story short, they bring us back in. And this is like the third or fourth week we're back to a normal shift. And we're seeing how everything kind of falls back into place. We're also increasing our volume. So basically it.
So things are going better because you're maybe getting some more sleep and a more consistent schedule for yourself?
More of a consistent schedule. I'm trying to get back into a sleeping routine where I'm not waking up every couple hours and going back to work. So, my body's still trying to do that reset thing, and it's going, but it's going a lot slower than I thought it would be.
Is that because you're old?
Yeah, I think so. I think it's because I'm old. I looked in the mirror and I thought,
Have you learned to turn your phone off when you go to bed so that you're not getting interrupted by random dumb shit?
Actually, what really is the bane of everything right fucking now is I get a lot of telemarketer calls. And I try to turn off my regular phone. I have a landline in case someone needs to get a hold of me. But for some reason, I'm on a mailing list or a calling list, and they won't leave me alone.
I would unplug that shit while I was sleeping.
So bad news. I put all the clips on the Mixcast, and then I somehow recorded over them.
Oh.
So I'm going to have to...
there we go. I can hear you now.
Okay,
Yay.
good.
Welcome, Nolan Johncock of Johncock Comedy. This is the Ronz. I know you're trying to do things, but Ronz and Johncock have not met each other yet, so...
No, I do believe I've met this gentleman.
Oh, well, you said you didn't know who Knowles was.
I was. Okay. I think I made the porn joke about the family things. You turned around and laughed like, dude, you should be on stage.
I don't think he said that.
I don't think he said that either.
I did
was
say
probably
that.
just being nice to you.
No, he did. Well, I'll take a compliment whether it's fake or not.
Well, then that's two, and I don't have to give you one.
I'm
it's
sorry,
just
someone's
shit
door.
instead of compliments for the rest of the time.
Oh, no, that was a previous compliment, not a current compliment.
I see. So anyway, maybe we might not be doing said recording.
No, we are. That's why I asked for my phone, and I was going to explain it, but you kept interrupting me.
I'm sorry, but I wanted to make sure they knew each other.
I don't know why you kept fucking interrupting me.
Because that's what I do. I'm just really good at it, and it's been 13 minutes, and I didn't interrupt, so I figured I'm due to interrupt.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to move up to where we think that this is. All right, well, now that Nolan's back.
Sorry, my neighbor just scared the shit out of me.
Nolan of Johncock Comedy. We know him as Chewbacca's little nephew. I know him as my Padawan.
Oh, okay, you can say that.
Young Dwadnum.
God damn it.
Would you rather talk about your penis?
Not again.
Not again?
No.
Not yet?
It's a normal penis.
Uh-huh.
Of average length and girth.
Let's ask Ron's opinion.
Oh, yeah. Ron's opinion on a penis is a good one. Because Ron's insists that when he watches porn, he doesn't see the penis.
Are you 12?
No, I'm watching lesbian porn.
Yeah.
Jesus,
just
get a clue.
But no penis involved at all? Like, why do you want to watch just...
That's not what he said. We literally said when you're watching people... fuck, you don't see the penis. He's like, no, I don't see it at all. I don't look at the penis.
I'm looking for the Oscar performance in what they're doing.
Mm-hmm. So anyway, in the multiple people that you've stripped down over the years and seen their parts, the male penis, what's your description of? And I mean, you can use your own as a reference. How does it look?
What the fuck
Ronz.
did that even
Yeah,
mean?
That's a very
Oh,
vague
yeah.
question. How does it look? It looks like a fucking dick.
Yeah, describe it. Like, is it long?
How many of them
Is
have
it
bends
straight?
in them?
Is it
Like, very,
curved?
very
Can you
Is it
tie it in a
curved?
knot?
Can you tie it in a knot?
Can you tie it in a bow?
Does it, when it's
Yeah.
erect, when it's hard, is it like straight out or does it have a curve to it? Your personal one. I know you've seen it once or twice.
You have to direct who you're talking to. That you've got.
Ronz. I said Ronz. Your penis. Your
First
personal
of all, the penis
one.
doesn't go straight out from the body. It doesn't do that. It does this.
Okay. Well, you're describing something that nobody can see.
Okay. I'm describing it for you.
I know how it looks.
Okay, so it's
This
not
is
on
a
a.
podcast,
It's
not a visual.
It's
format.
not freaking perpendicular to the man's body. So the penis is not. So there is an angle, and that angle is probably 15, 30, whatever, 15 to 30 degrees. Okay. It does go straight from there.
Okay.
Like a straight rod. It doesn't curve at the end, point up. The head itself is not going to go
You think the
make its
curve in
own
my
angle.
dick is just at the very end? It's a
Well, that's even
gradual
worse,
thing.
dude. That's
There's a
Peroni's,
gradual
bro.
curve.
That is Peroni's, dude. You got scar tissue in your dick.
Maybe. I don't fucking care.
Yeah, you do. Now you do. Now you're gonna go look it up.
Now he's
Now he's like, that's my dick right there.
So Ronz, of your length of yours, is it?
He didn't say
straight
length.
out?
He didn't say
Is
anything about
it-
length.
Okay, so do you just go ahead, take over then? Just describe it.
Because you're about to sound gross. You're like asking about Ron's length. Well, all we're asking about is shape.
We all know Ron
now you
has
want to
an
know
11-inch
length.
dick. It's very
Well,
obvious.
I mean, if we're gonna talk about me, might as well get all the details for anybody
No,
who
just
cares.
stand up and show
I'm
us.
clearly just you.
No.
Nolan's fine with it as long as we're not talking about his.
That's called redirection.
Talking about the dick.
I like that. I would like to think I have a fantastic penis, I guess.
What the fuck is even
I
going
don't
on?
I don't know. You wanted to talk
Let me
about
play my
dicks.
clip.
All right, just
nope.
play
Let's
your
Can I
clip.
just play
We're
the
done
clip?
talking
about
Come on,
dicks,
can we just
apparently.
stop?
All right, fine.
All right, this is the episode called Just a Little Poo Particle. I'm hoping I'm going to start in basically the correct order. Let me make sure that you guys can hear this when I play it, okay?
I've got no sound.
Oh, they can't hear it.
Okay, so you guys can't hear it. Why is that? Let me see. This makes me annoyed. See if it would just...
If it just would have saved your shit when you were doing it, it
I'm
would
going
have
to do
been
it a different way. I'm going
great.
to do it a different way. Please hold. Talk amongst yourselves.
Talks amongst yourselves.
Yeah,
So,
different way.
Nolan, why did your neighbor almost scare the shit out of you?
So we share internet. So the other day,
Snore!
I paid him
Just
for my half, but I didn't have 50. I only had 60. So he just gave me $10 back, but he was standing off to the side, so I couldn't see him through the peephole. So I went to open the door. I'm like, who the fuck is out here? And he just pops out the side. I'm like, oh, fuck. Because he's a tiny old man.
He's got a peephole.
No
Dude,
one
he has a
has
peephole.
Every
We have a
door
peephole.
has
Everybody
a fucking
door.
peephole.
I mean, probably
Right.
not every door,
Every
but they
fucking
should.
front door of a house in America has a peephole.
I
Yeah,
feel
some of
like
them have
that
two.
is
No.
a lie. Ronz, do you have a peephole?
Do you have
Ron
a
has
peephole?
his in the bathroom.
No, I will politely disagree with Nolan on that because not every house has one. You look at the Amish; they don't have one.
The fuck?
They're Amish.
Because they don't want
They
you to
don't
know
believe
that
in
they're fucking their
glass.
sisters.
They're not fucking their sisters. They're fucking their children.
Oh, that too.
They're fucking their cousins.
Children.
They don't fuck their
Children.
kids.
Mm,
At least not as like a cultural norm. We're not talking about the Mormons here.
I wasn't talking about the Mormons either.
Fun fact you didn't know.
all of our Amish listeners debate that.
We don't have any Amish listeners. That's the point.
I know that's the funny
Hey,
part.
They could be on Rumspringa and enjoying a podcast.
You
They
are
could
correct.
be.
They could be.
And like half of the kids that go on Rumspringa never come home.
Because they die.
No.
No, because they're like, oh shit, electricity's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Oh my God, have you seen porn?
Or better yet, what is this? This is alcohol. Why does it make me feel good?
I'm surprised the Amish don't drink. They could be moonshining the hell out of that stuff. Just all day, every day. Like, all right, we put the barn up. What's next? Oh, we're making a still? Great.
Wheat's coming in. Well, we've got whiskey.
Hey, the Bible says to take all seed-bearing plants and grow them. And last I checked, wheat has seeds.
Yep.
And they're a religious community, so they should be high as fuck all the time.
Well, here's a concept. I'm surprised nobody has made a distilled alcohol from the marijuana plant. Or if it's out there, I don't know about it.
Does marijuana plant have sugar in it?
Most plants have some sort of sugar into it.
Yeah, but we make liquor out of things that have a lot of sugar in it.
Oh, we could add the sugar to it.
What would be the point then?
It would be
So you can get high.
and drunk at the
But, I
same
mean, they
time.
have, like, those-
Yes.
But do you really want to be drunk and high?
Yeah, it's called CrossFit.
Like, I mean, I don't feel like that's fun. I think don't most of the people who just want to do marijuana just like that not
I work with a lot of those
No.
people.
No?
I'll drink and smoke pot at the same time.
Well, then you have a problem. You should probably seek help.
I told my doctor, and he said, "That's lit, bro. Fuck yeah."
Or you're just trying to be a lot more
You have a
efficient.
bad doctor.
I would talk to him. Are you fast forwarding?
He
Yeah.
is.
I'm trying to make it confusing for you guys.
Yeah, it's definitely. I feel like we should just talk dumb shit about random shit, and then we can do this later because it's not working very well.
Well, I'm glad you run things because you don't. Anyway,
How about we all calm down?
no.
Yeah, be calm.
Why don't you
No.
tell us it's your idea now that we're gonna abandon that?
It
and then
actually
do
was my
something
idea
different?
originally, and I told all the squad members, "Let me know what your favorite podcasts are, and we can do one where we revisit clips." So don't act like it was your idea.
I'm not saying that this was my idea. I'm saying abandoning doing this and doing it at a later date is now your idea and not what I just suggested to do.
Have you guys ever tried marriage
Or-
counseling?
You know, that's been suggested
No.
on the podcast
Why?
before.
That's
there,
for
Nolan.
losers.
It really has.
Actually, you want to know the story, Nolan? You want to know the story?
Sure, you're gonna tell me anyway.
Okay. Yeah. So we did go to marriage counseling, court-ordered marriage counseling. Well, it wasn't
It
court-ordered.
wasn't court-ordered.
I
marriage
just said it
counseling.
It would have
wasn't.
been. Okay.
I literally just said it wasn't,
It
Swan.
would have been.
You wonder why I'm angry, Nolan?
It's because you're head injured and clearly a douchebag.
It is one of your core character concepts.
Anyway.
Anyway,
Swan thinks therapy is stupid in the first
it
place,
is.
which I disagree. I disagree because you shouldn't burden your family and your friends with all your fucking problems because that's what they're going to associate with you at all times. Whenever you go to speak with them about anything, they're like, "Oh, this person's going to dump on me," which is what they do. Same thing with, like I said, friends. You don't want to do the same thing where your friends only associate you with complaining about your life, complaining about your situation and everything, instead of actually spending time together as friends. So that's why therapy is a good thing. Therapists don't tell you what to do. They listen and then they suggest ways that maybe you could come up with your own coping mechanisms to deal with your problems. Okay. Swan thinks that's stupid.
It is.
So instead, she just consistently dumps her bullshit on me nonstop. And then she gets mad when I don't want to fucking hear it because she doesn't want advice. Just like when her friends dump on her and she gives them advice, and then she wonders why they don't do what she advises them to do because they didn't want your advice in the first place. They just want to dump.
Yeah, Swan, that's a very common thing among women not wanting advice. They just want to vent. How do you not know that?
Well, yeah, I would agree to a point. A lot of people just want to vent. They need someone to listen to. They need a sounding board.
Well, when they consistently do stupid things and it makes me not want to be friends with them anymore, then maybe they should
Well, maybe
listen
you should
to me.
move on. Who's this?
I do.
I mean, here's
I don't
my
have
thing.
any friends anymore, and I don't give a fuck because they're all stupid.
Here's my thing.
I don't give
I don't talk to my friends about my problems unless I want their advice.
Yeah, see? So if they're talking to me about it, they clearly want my advice.
No, they don't.
Here's the thing,
They
though.
just
I
want you
never
to
talk to
listen.
my female friends about my problems because they don't give advice. They just sit there and listen and try to fucking empathize with me. Like, I don't need your empathy. I need fucking help.
Isn't empathy help?
Yeah, but you got to break that down in the first place.
No, empathy doesn't fucking
No.
help. It makes the person listening feel better.
You want me to give you some advice, Nolan? I'll
No,
give you some
I don't
advice.
come to either of you with my problems outside of like comedy advice on how to get booked more.
And we're glad that you don't.
Yeah. Our friendship
Because
is
I
based
don't-
on this and like enjoying each other's company.
Yeah, and that's the way it should be, by God.
I'm sorry, I'm not going to
Anyway.
go to the fucking neurotic, angry guy for life advice.
Oh, I would. I
You got a friend
definitely
just
would
like
go
me?
with the angry, neurotic guy for advice.
Wait a minute. Hold on just 1 second. You have another friend who's angry, but also neurotic?
No,
I would like to meet
it's
this
just
person.
you. Now, here's the thing, Beefman.
How am I neurotic?
Here's the
You
thing,
just
Beefman. If
demonstrated
I needed
it.
to hide
Someone-
a body, if I needed to destroy evidence, I'm calling you before anybody else.
Thanks, man. Actually, you know what? That warms my heart.
Yeah, like I know you'll show up
That
with a
makes me
shovel
happy.
without me telling you
Oh,
what's
you're
wrong.
goddamn right. You're goddamn right, I will. Anyway.
And if I need someone to beat up a woman, I'll call Swan.
or a guy.
Or a
I'll
guy.
beat the
it's
guy
fun
up
too.
myself.
Okay,
It's
well,
more fun if I do it because it makes him look like a little bitch.
Okay, if I want to emasculate him, then I'll call Swan.
Noted.
excellent. But let's go back to the neurotic thing.
hmm
What is your definition then of neurotic?
That's a good question.
I know. That's why he asks that.
I know, right? Yeah.
That's why I asked.
Let me look it up real quick to make sure I have.
Yeah,
the
well, that's
right
what I mean. If
idea.
you're going to call me neurotic, which I don't think I am, but if you're going to call me neurotic, I want to know that you know the definition of neurotic.
I might have used the word incorrectly.
You might have been thinking erotic.
No, definitely not that.
No, not that.
I feel like that's what he meant. You're my erotic, angry friend.
Yeah, that's it. That's probably he just added an extra N in there.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
there's a U also, but
I know, but that's silent.
yeah. It's not neurotic. It's neurotic.
Oh my god,
Right,
my computer
exactly.
sucks so
Sure.
much. You can't even.
Anyway,
Yeah. Anyway,
so we had to go to therapy. We didn't have to.
we didn't have to.
Calm down. Why are you so angry?
I'm just telling you. So if it was I had to go, then it would be different. Like I willingly went, which means even though I think it's bullshit, I try to do something.
Okay, so you're not fully neurotic, but you do have some neurotic traits.
And what are they?
So doesn't everyone?
Punctuality mainly, which
What's wrong with
there's
that?
nothing wrong with it, but being overly punctual is a form of neurotic behavior.
How so?
So I'm
Things.
fucking neurotic. I love being punctual. I show up early everywhere.
Our society is based on that. If you're late, you get penalized for it.
That depends on how hot you are.
Or penalized. What else? So what's the definition of neurotic? Was that not what he was just looking up?
Yeah, but he closed it because he was bored.
Because he
He has
decided that it's true
ADD.
that
No,
I'm
it's not
neurotic.
giving me a simple definition. It's giving me like a whole fucking breakdown.
Like a classification.
I thought it would give you bullet points. Apparently not.
Anyway,
Back to therapy.
back to therapy. So Swan wanted to get a divorce. And we both went to, I went to therapy, Swan went to therapy, and then your therapist decided that it was a good idea for me to come talk to
I
the
guess.
therapist also.
Sure,
Whatever.
whatever.
So we go there. I'm there for I don't know how long. And Swan's therapist did something that you're not supposed to do.
Try to hit on you?
No,
God,
she was
no.
gross, dude.
She was kind
She was like the cat lady. I was like, how the fuck can you give marriage advice when you're fucking like 60 years old, wear a moo and are definitely the cat lady?
You know she married her cats. She had
She might have.
she had little cat marriage ceremony, wedding ceremony.
I do think that is a
Dressed up in
fair
little tux.
criticism that if you're going to be a therapist about a specific topic, you need to be successful in that topic.
Oh, I agree.
I mean, or I guess have many divorces and have learned from it. But I mean, that was like, I'm pretty sure she was a 60-year-old virgin.
Yeah.
I doubt she was a virgin.
Also, in this
Oh.
country, women initiate most of the divorces. So the female therapist having a lot of divorces means that she probably started a lot of fucking divorces.
But
Anyways.
Anyways,
anyway, she immediately took my side.
Oh, she wanted to fuck you.
Yeah, definitely. That's what I get from that.
No, I don't think so. She just couldn't understand why Swan was leaving.
Because
wanted
he's
to
so great. That's it.
True.
Because he was putting on his best behavior and not showing his angry.
Nope. All I did was
nasty
answer
side.
questions. I literally just answered questions, Swan. So maybe
And what
you
were the
should try.
questions? Give us a sample of what the questions were.
Oh, I don't remember. It was a long time ago. It was like 10 years ago. Right? 10 years
Something
ago?
like that.
I don't know. It was a while
like,
ago.
Yeah, I mean, the boy was still in like high school, I think. So
I've known
I
you
don't
guys
know.
that long. Wow.
Anyway. Yeah. So anyway.
But long story short, I was like, good, let's get a divorce. And then she changed her mind.
We're still in this hellhole together.
Oh, that's fun.
Might as
As
well.
soon as you agreed with her, she changed her mind. That's super healthy.
Isn't that how it works?
So who is?
Yeah.
I ignored her, agreed with her, and I was like, cool, let's get a divorce. And then she wouldn't leave me alone. I was like, what the
Well,
fuck,
yeah.
man?
Oh, you called her bluff.
Or she?
Do you want it now? I'll give it to you.
No, I don't want it now. I told you we can't get a divorce. I'm like, you know why?
Why?
Because we're a corporation, you and I.
Oh, that's
We
right.
just need to diversify.
Nah, I'm good.
Well, I'm going to diversify.
I'm good. You're good.
Yeah, but no, I'm going to diversify.
No,
So what-
because all right, then we're
So
gonna
was
get
it
divorced.
like now
Yeah,
the
you
B
want
band's
that.
free? You're like, you just can't have that. You can't just let them run free. You've got to keep them reined in. Then all for yourself.
Yeah. Not even all for myself, just so no one else can have me.
Yeah, she doesn't care about having. Yeah, she doesn't care about having me.
Right.
She just wants to make sure
I
that
wanna-
I'm miserable.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
Nobody
I
else
just-
and nobody else can have me.
He's in his own
That's
personal
what Little
hell.
Powder Donut says a
So
lot.
awesome.
She's like, well, I just want to see him twist in the wind now. I'm like, yeah, I love you too, babe.
You guys are making me
So
happy.
anyway.
I'm single.
You're welcome.
I get joy out of the little things.
His penis.
What?
Well, yeah, my penis. I was going to say that, Ronz, but you beat me to it. One, like my penis. Anyway, no, I get joy out of the little things. Like if people give me compliments at comedy or whatever. Or like last night, that was fun for me. Knowing that those 4 ladies were my
Your Chuckle Bunny fan club?
Chuckle Bunny fan club.
They're coming back on
Yeah,
the
that was fun.
first.
So
Excellent.
clue me
They
in
might
here.
bring their kids.
So clue me in here. Is that what you call comedy groupies? Chuckle bunnies?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Chuckle Bunnies.
Wow.
If they're dudes, you call them chuckle bucks.
We call them Chuckle Bros.
Bros.
I like
So
chuckle bucks
Nolan,
better.
I want to revisit this. Like, if your next open mic is on the 1st, which is a Wednesday, and that's the first
Day of the month.
then the first Wednesday of the month. When is our next one?
It'll be
It's
the
the first
8th.
Tuesday.
No, it'll be the
It's the first
the 7th.
Tuesday, which would be the 7th. So is that the same week as yours?
No, because mine's every other week and yours is
Uh-huh.
every other week.
No,
ours is every first and third.
Yeah, every other
Which
week.
therefore is not every other week, you
No.
fucking moron.
Moron?
Because
God.
as you can see, it used to be up on the same day. Like last week, it was Tuesday and Wednesday. And then, next month, when yours is on the first Wednesday, which is the 1st, and ours is on the first Tuesday, it's on the 7th, which therefore then makes your next one on the 15th and ours not until the 21st.
Yeah, so it's every
So
other week.
therefore, not, but then, no, dumbass, because it will
Yeah.
again fall on the same day when the weeks line up again. And it's not every other week because you'll have 3 next month and we'll
Right.
only have 2.
Yeah,
As we have every
And
month.
it's not every other week,
It's
you
every
ding
first.
dong.
It's every other week.
every
Third.
first and third. No, God, you're so dumb for being
He is
an
kinda dumb, isn't he?
intelligent person.
He's kind of dumm.
So you can
He's a special
just
little
admit
guy.
you're wrong there.
He
you
won't.
see, your
I'm
show
correct.
happens every other week.
No, it doesn't.
It does.
No,
No,
it
it
doesn't,
doesn't.
dumb fuck, because then there'll be 3 weeks where we don't have
Right.
one
It's every other week.
because it does. No.
This is called
Anyway.
antagonizing. I know.
No, what we know is we're right, and that's
You're
all that
right.
matters.
You're wrong, and it's okay.
Every other week.
But anyway, back to the whole
And
Chuckle
that's part
Bunny
of being
thing.
neurotic.
I like that room because that room is one of the only rooms that we actually play in, that I actually play in, that is consistently people my age
Yeah, it's
or
pretty well.
slightly older. Yeah, or slightly older. The only thing that would make that room better is if there were people who were other than white people in the room.
It's playing well.
That would make the room better.
We might
Yeah,
get
I
some
mean, it's playing well.
Mexicans eventually.
That would be nice. But yeah, I have done well in that room every time, and I'm like, there is something wrong because I do not typically do well.
It's plain well.
Yeah, but still, they have discerning taste. They've got plain well ice cream.
Now, when I was walking from the parking lot, there's some building at the end of that like mini plaza, and I heard someone in a loudspeaker just going off in Spanish. And I was like, oh, I guess there are Mexicans in Plainwell. Good for them.
We're everywhere. Everywhere. Yeah. But no, that's a good. It's a good room.
Yeah, I'm happy.
Sir John
I'm happy
Todd.
about it.
You made a major score there.
Best room.
Back to the Chuckle Bunnies. But yeah, back to the Chuckle Bunnies. I'm trying to have my own Slaptail comedy, The Beaveman's Chuckle Bunny Squad. And then someday, if I'm lucky, it'll be a platoon, and then a company, then a battalion,
Then a brigade.
a regiment, and a division.
Where does
Yeah.
brigade fall in that
Under the letter B.
hierarchy of?
That is a grouping of battalions, is a brigade.
Okay.
So there's multiple brigades in a division. Division is generally the biggest.
Wouldn't that be in like an army group? Would be bigger than a division?
Yeah, if you have multiple divisions, like if you go to, say, in Germany, the biggest one was Fifth Corps. In the United States, there's multiple corps. That's a corps. So then there's divisions inside the corps.
Yeah, I'm just thinking like World War II in the theaters. It would be like this army group is in charge of this theater.
Yeah, and then they had, that would be like, I Corps, which is 1, or Fifth Corps, or whatever. Yeah. Anyway.
Anyways.
Here's a confusing question. This is what I was really confused about. We were in San Diego.
You have to call it that because the flight attendant called it that. Like,
ladies and gentlemen, welcome to beautiful San Diego.
it was like that, and it was horrible. And he wanted to just say San Diego
to
like
punch him
5,000
so
times.
hard.
It was stupid.
Yeah,
It
it's
was
San
such a
Diego.
nice punch. It's
And
Predator.
he was doing his own comedy bit, and we were all trapped on the plane, and he had the microphone, and you were forced.
Well, have you guys?
ladies and gentlemen, if you're traveling with small children today, why?
Yeah, it was that. It was that.
So,
Don't you
bad.
know the social contract of having children is giving up a social life and traveling by car everywhere? You motherfuckers.
That's right. If you look down below, there's my ex-wife's girlfriend's house. That's right. She turned lesbian this week. I don't give a damn.
They send me videos. They think that it hurts me, but I just jack off.
Yeah.
Gross.
In the event of a power outage, the emergency lighting will go on in the cabin. I don't know how it works. It just does.
It's fueled by dreams and hope, which in this country
It's
is in short
magic.
supply.
And I've got none. So if you're going to die, you're going to die with me, and we're going to die miserable.
Just let you know, I have HPV. Ha ha!
And now you do too.
Some people clear it naturally. I'm not one of those people. I've got warts on my ass and my penis.
Those are called hemorrhoids and genital warts. You should get that checked.
Speaking of, do you know the length of your penis? Do you have peronies? If not, now's a good time to look before you crash and they can identify you by that body part.
Because you will get erect from death.
Anyway. I don't remember what I was talking about. Oh yeah, okay. So we went onto the aircraft carrier that was there, the one that's decommissioned, the USS
Texas?
Whatever the fuck it was. What was it,
It
Swan?
might have been the Texas.
You would. I knew until
Arizona?
Arizona, isn't that in
No,
Hawaii?
I'm just saying. I'm just throwing out names here. Anyway, so we went to go see the aircraft carrier, and we're sitting in there, and we're going up there, we're checking everything out, and then I got really confused. I'm like, I thought that Ron was on an aircraft carrier. What the fuck were you on? Where did you fuel? Where did you fuel jets? In an Air Force base?
Yeah, everything was ground.
Why did we think that he was on an aircraft carrier?
Wouldn't that mean he was in the Navy?
I don't know.
He wasn't. That's why I was like, why did we think he was on
the
the
USS Midway.
The USS
I was
Midway.
never in the Navy.
Yeah, we know.
Yeah, the Navy has the second
That's-
largest air force on the planet.
So you just fueled jets.
Jets, anything with wheels that required fuel.
So like fucking trucks. He just fueled
Trucks,
trucks.
cars, airplanes, anything.
Motorcycles?
Helicopters.
Would you say motorcycles?
Helicopters, yes. Motorcycles, no.
Would you say forklifts?
No, I didn't fuel those, ironically.
Okay. How about tiny Jeeps?
Jeeps, yeah.
Like the
Vehicles,
one-man
yeah.
Jeeps. Okay.
Alien spaceships.
I can neither confirm or deny those.
Stop squeaking, Nolan.
Yeah, we're gonna kill
I'm
you.
gonna fucking kill you if you squeak your goddamn chair one more time.
See this? Yeah, it's not
He's
me
like,
this
"I
fucking
can't."
time. I swapped out my chair.
So your job was even more boring than we thought.
Well, I
it
was fuels and cryogenics. I worked with liquid oxygen, liquid nitrogen, and fuels.
Still
Well,
boring.
anyway.
Yeah, because for some reason, why did I think he was like on a flight, fueling people on the flight deck? I've
Probably
seen that.
because
It's very
he
boring.
tried
Just
to
on the
like,
airfield.
he just tried to make it sound cooler.
That's
like,
what it was. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, and it didn't dawn on me till we're on that. I was like, wait a minute. Why did I think he was on an aircraft carrier? He was in the Air Force. So yes, your job's even more boring than I thought it was. Damn.
I guess if that's your perspective of things.
My perspective is correct. If you ask anybody who's like,
I think he only remembers the parts where he hung out in the rec center
I think that
and
there's
played D&D and
You have
No,
a fucking
all those-
accurate way of
whatever.
knowing how military life is. That's good.
I went to the rec center twice.
Well, you were in the Army.
Right. They all have rec centers.
Yeah, but the Air Force has more time for recreation.
Well, also, it just wasn't cool.
And Ronz was totally cool with not being cool.
It's the Air Force. They're a bunch of fucking nerds.
Yeah, well, yeah, we are.
Anyway, moving on.
Anyways.
Anyway, back to the flight. You'll notice that in the event of an emergency, the mask will come down. Make sure you secure your own before a child's, because fuck them kids, am I right?
This guy knows what I'm talking about. You know that guy who paid for 3 seats because he's so fucking fat? You know which one I'm talking about, right? That guy right
Yeah,
there?
he's going to claim
Hi-yo.
discrimination. Even though it's just common sense that if you take up 3 seats, you gotta fucking pay for them.
Yeah, why is it that you get yelled at if you are 180 pounds and your bag is 51 pounds instead of 50 pounds, but the 300-pound person can have a 50-pound bag and not get yelled at because they meet the weight? But they're 300
not
fucking pounds.
I'm 300 pounds. If they're fat enough to take up 2 seats, they're pushing like 450, 500 pounds.
Anyway, I'm just saying, why does that make any sense?
No, it doesn't.
It doesn't, but I also beg to differ with you, Nolan. You're tall and you're not you're bigger, but you also have muscle for your 300 pounds, because I've seen 5'2" and 300 pounds, and that's definitely taken up 2 seats.
That's a ball. That's not even a human shape.
Yeah,
anymore.
exactly.
We're missing my question,
No, we got your question.
but you didn't answer it. You just moved
I
on.
feel like
I'm
the
100%
combined
okay
weight.
with airlines charging you based on your weight. Like, you get on a scale, and they're like, all right, you weigh within the normal range of humans of your height, you're getting a normal ticket. Oh, you're fucking morbidly obese. You're getting a more expensive ticket because it costs more fuel to fly you around.
You know what really
I'm
scares me?
perfectly okay with that.
What really scares me about those people who are morbidly obese is if they sit in the back and the plane does a nosedive, they become a cannon. They're going to shoot down that aisle and they're going to take everybody out.
Well, they should be strapped in. But
Also, that's not how that would work, because the plane is moving. So it's going to still generate like force to keep you in your seat.
Well, yeah, you're actually going to be kept in your seat. You're not going to.
If anything, they're more secure when the plane's in a nosedive than when it's flying normally.
The only time that would happen is if they went immediately up and then dropped. Then there's a brief moment where you go at negative gravity, and then you will float a little bit, but it quickly ends, and then you're slammed right back
I've
down.
always wanted to do that.
I've done that lots of times in the helicopter with the pilots. They used to do it for fun, and they would do it for fun because people would request it.
Yeah.
And that, so people would be in there with their heavy rucksacks and they're like, you guys want us to do a negative? And they're like, okay. And like, hold your rucksacks. And they would do a negative and the rucksacks would float up and they'd have to push them back down.
Yeah, it sounds fun as
I was
shit.
not a huge fan of doing that all the time. I was like, I don't really want to do this all the time.
I wouldn't want to do it in a helicopter because I don't trust them. Something about how they work just doesn't make sense to my monkey brain.
Because they don't make sense.
They like defy gravity, but they are really cool. And usually those pilots are very good.
Oh, they're super
helicopter
cool.
pilots are
I just don't understand
really
them.
Nobody understands them. They defy gravity. They don't make sense. It makes no sense why they fly. But anyway.
Magic.
They are more fun to jump out of than planes, though. There's no prop blast.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't like bouncing off the airplane if you don't clear it quite well enough. Like, donk.
Like, I just got hit by something moving 300 miles an hour. I'm dead.
People, yeah. Well, people occasionally would get knocked out.
Yeah. One of the first parajumpers for England during World War II, the first time they ever tried this, they jumped out of the plane, and it was one of those systems where the chute immediately deploys when you jump out. Yeah, it got caught on the plane's tail, and he almost died. Like, They had to drag his ass through 50 miles of desert because he broke both of his fucking legs because his chute got ripped by the plane.
Yeah, the people they have these really cool knives that will cut your static line. They're hooked knives.
Oh, I've seen those.
And they'll just grab it and they'll cut them. I used to have one, but they're other than that, they're lame because they're orange. But they flip out. But yeah, they teach you what happens if you get, they just call it getting hung up. If you get hung up, you're going to get cut away. They tried it. They're like, if you get hung up, try to get back in the bird. Like, you're so back in. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm super strong. I'm the Rock out here. I'm like, the Rock couldn't do it, and you just can't do it. And they're like, but we'll cut you away. I'm like, okay, but you trained for that. Train for all kinds of stuff. There's about you could get knocked out going out if you don't tuck your head. Donk. All kinds.
So how many guys did you see get knocked out?
I just know that there has been people that got. I had two friends who got their heads knocked somehow when they jumped out. I'm like, how do you knock your fucking head? But they both had concussions.
Were they taller than you?
No, that if you fucking don't jump, it's so easy. You literally just take a little leap off the end, and you just put your freaking chin on your chest, tuck your arms in onto your parachute, and you jump out. It's super easy.
Do you have a spare parachute when you jump for the military?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you have a reserve on your chest.
Okay.
But you have to jump at least. It has to be greater than 800 feet, really, for your reserve. 800 feet, anything less than 800 feet, you're like...
Your reserve is basically your backup, if I'm correct.
Yeah, that's what reserve means.
So has anybody had to use the reserve?
You have it in reserve. Hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of times.
Your ship might get tangled. It might not... Your real one might not deploy. Like, there's plenty of reasons to use your reserve.
Oh,
Yeah,
I know that, but the Beaveman used to jump, so I've never known anybody to use the reserve other than...
Lots of people had to use the reserves.
Yeah,
when you jump out, the system itself is super.
World War II story.
Look, I'm telling you real world shit. You want to do your shit that you heard about, or you want to hear from somebody who actually was there and did it.
I'm just saying, World War II, a lot of the dudes would take the reserve chutes and send them back home because a lot of fabric was being used in like ration stuff. So it's like, all right, my wife just got a fuckload of whatever canvas. She's going to make shit out of that. That's just a fun little tidbit.
Well, it's not canvas. Canvas would be really, really heavy.
It's
and
nylon.
Nylon or silk, if I'm correct.
I don't think it was nylon in World War II.
Yeah.
Silk.
And somebody that I know, and I can't remember who it was, had their wedding dress made out of their husband's parachute.
Now, someone got jumped that night.
Cool.
All right.
Anyway. Well, no, so really cool. So all the stuff you learn in airborne school, that all the things that can go wrong, after you jump out. And there's a reason why as soon as the show, you count. There's a reason why you count, because the chute's supposed to open. And after the count of 4, if the chute doesn't open, you're supposed to count to 4 and immediately look up and make sure that you've got a parachute above you. Make sure none of the strings are broken. Make sure the straps are all intact. That's, the first thing you're doing as you're going down. If that happens, anything that's broken, you're like, okay, if there's so many straps, if there's so many bands that are broken, if you've still got everything and all the panels are up, it doesn't matter. You're like, okay, I'm good. I'm going to be on the ground in like I'm in it in 15 seconds or whatever. If it's a bunch of shit, it's going to collapse the chute, and then you're just going to pull your reserve, but you don't have a lot of time to pull your reserve. The cool thing is, if you're on the ground, you can, with, the, what do you call it, iridescent light, or even in the pitch black, where there's no surrounding towns, you still have incandescent light. And you can see the parachutes coming in. You can see the silhouettes. And every once in a while, if somebody goes underneath your parachute, they can steal your air, makes that pocket. And so that you immediately will drop. And you'll drop. And if that happens to you, you will land on their parachute. And it's just like a hard surface. And you just run off of it and jump to reinflate your parachute.
Oh, that's fucking cool.
It is cool. I've seen it quite a few times. And one time I saw where it was a day jump, and it was really cool. I was like, man, that guy, you could tell our training was good because he just ran, jumped off it, and reinflated his parachute and came on down. I was like, God damn.
I feel like the panic / your automatic shit kicks in because you're like, oh fuck, if I don't do this, 1, 2, 3, go.
I don't think it's a panic. It's not a panic.
That's the point of training. Yeah, is to make sure that you don't have a panic response. You have a trained response.
Yeah. I guess you're right. I'm not saying like it just happened for me, like it just kicked in for not my parachute situation, but my other situation. I was like, okay, I'm a nurse. Okay, again, go.
Okay, well, we weren't talking about that. Why does everybody go when I'm talking about parachute jumping? Now you guys want?
I'm just.
You have a Vietnam story you want to tell?
I do. This one time when I was like out in the middle of Nam. Like in like the rice paddies and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, so we used to do these jumps called mass attacks where it'd be multiple ships, all the planes, multiple ships coming in, like 14 ships, and they would empty everybody out. And they stopped doing those for a while because they decided they were too dangerous to have so many parachutes in the air at the same time. So you're like hundreds and hundreds of parachutes in the air come down. They're like, oh, it's so dangerous. So they stopped doing it. And then they started doing it in sticks, where you would have like 30 at a time go, or however many it was, I don't remember. And more people got hurt when they did less. So they went back to doing the mass attacks. But when I was doing mass attacks all the time, I stopped paying attention to see if my chute would open. I was like, oh, fuck it, I'm just going to go. And I wouldn't pay attention. I would just go all the way down.
Random question. What was like the average height that you guys were jumping from?
Usually like 1,000 feet.
Oh, that's not very high at all.
Yeah, it's not high. Ideally, you want to jump at 12. Most of the time we would jump at 1,200. You do like some 800 feet. If they say we're jumping at 800 feet, you're like on the ground immediately. Combat, they try to jump 800 or less but I don't know if that was what the plan was. If we ever went to combat, was we would jump at 800.
It makes sense. You want to spend as little time in the air as possible to get shot at.
Yeah. Your chute's going to inflate. You have a 4-second drop. The chute's going to inflate. If your chute doesn't inflate, you have to pull your parachute. You have to pull your reserve immediately,
or you're going to die.
Yeah, because you're going to be on the ground.
So you really don't have that much time for that fall down inspection as you're looking up, checking out your straps, make sure everything is where it should be. You don't have that much time, do you?
No. And then you're looking around to make sure everybody's a nice distance apart. And it's really whoever. I know people are like, oh, there's not a lot of science to it. I'm like, yeah, there is. The guys who decided to figure, the men who figured out how to do that in World War II. You're like, those guys were geniuses. How did you figure out how to empty an entire multiple ships and not have people bang into each other, or kill themselves on the drop, where they were going to land? Yes, originally in World War II, they did drop them all over the place. But their training, they were trained to link up with each other. So there were people linking up with other, the companies they weren't with, divisions they weren't with, whatever. And they just got together and made little fighting forces.
Oh yeah, there was.
But the people who decided the math behind figuring out how to drop in using a new technology for war like that's insane.
That's how we get a lot of new technology.
Definitely. I was going to remark about that. War brings out a lot of technology updates. What's the average space between you guys when you jump?
About 3-4 feet. I don't fucking know. You can see everybody around you as you're going down, but your space. So each door is it's alternating, but the way they time it. So like this is door 1 or door 2 or whatever. As soon as door 1 is going, this person jumps, this person jumps, this person jumps, this person. They're just alternating. You're coming out the opposite sides of the ship. And while that's happening, as the next ship is coming off the drop zone, they're doing the same thing. It's a really cool thing to watch. I took the kids and Amethyst down one time, and they watched how they did. It wasn't a mass attack like we used to do. They did empty a lot of ships, but it's very cool to see. I mean, you're just constant. All you see is the sky is just filled with parachutes coming
Now
down.
imagine you're a German in Normandy watching that happen. Like, oh fuck,
There goes your
the
day.
Americans are here.
Yeah.
Fixing to get your ass kicked by the devils in baggy pants.
So did you have a battle cry when you jumped, or were you quiet?
No.
That was the thing back
Why
in
would
World War II. To prove that you weren't scared, people would like yell Geronimo.
The
and shit.
Rockasans. Yeah, there's an actual unit that's called the Geronimo. Their patch says Geronimo on it. They were not disbanded. They were deactivated for quite a while. They brought them back maybe 10 years ago, I guess. I don't know.
So, since you're all a bunch of 18-year-old, 20-year-old-ish kids jumping out of planes, did you do dumb shit?
Define dumb shit.
Like, I'm gonna take my GI Joe with me.
Yeah,
or
I had Buzz Lightyear. I had a little Buzz Lightyear I jumped
Nice.
Okay, so you have like a minute and a half before you get the ground. Like, was there like, we're all gonna jerk off on the way down?
No, you can't. It's too hard to do. You have a giant rucksack strapped to your waist. You've got straps going between your legs. You can't jerk off.
Yeah.
You would have to have there's not enough time anyway. People we took pictures on our way down. We usually use disposable cameras and we would take pictures during the day, but most of our jumps weren't during the day. They were, 90% of our jumps.
So sounds like when you guys did your jumps, some of you had good luck charms. What was your good luck charm? A Buzz Lightyear? Did anybody have anything strange?
No, a lot of people had different things. Like I had a little leather medicine bag around my neck that had like animal bones in it, and
Very Santa Teria of you.
yeah, a lot of people had Saint Michael medallions on their dog tags. Yeah, but a lot of people jumped with stuff like GI Joes or Buzz Lightyears or whatever, and then they would mark off how many jumps their little action figure had. I don't know what happened to my Buzz Lightyear. Very annoying.
So what was the strangest jump that you did? Sounds like you had pretty normal jumps. What was your strangest jump?
Yeah, I didn't ever land in the tree. Some people, you always see people land in the trees. When we jumped into Panama, not the combat jumps into Panama. The war was long over. We were over there for jungle training school. We jumped into this field that was surrounded by like the high grass. I don't remember what it's called. They called it elephant grass or kuna grass or whatever. And most of us landed in the grass, and that was a bitch to get through. But it wasn't that bad. But there were some people that were landed so far in the grass, they dehydrated getting out of the grass and passed the fuck out.
Wow.
And they're like, where's so-and-so? I'm like, fuck, I don't know. And they finally show up. And they're like, I passed the fuck out. And then there was people who have, people have had water landings in Panama because they missed the drop zone or whatever. That thankfully didn't happen to any of our people.
Yeah, that would
water landing would
suck.
suck.
Shoot. Oh my God, you're drowning.
But they did have boats, and they had boats in the water, though, just in case.
So what was your best jump?
I don't know. Occasionally I would have a jump where it was like a beautiful landing and didn't have any problems whatsoever. That was just one of those rare things. But usually you hit like a sack of shit.
So
You ever go skydiving?
yeah, I was just going to mention that.
Fuck no. I have no desire to go skydiving. I wouldn't go skydiving unless I was trained by the military to go skydiving.
So what's the biggest flaw you see today when people are skydiving or jumping?
It's just the act of doing it. Why the fuck do you want to do that? There's no training. They just get strapped to somebody and they go jump. I think it's stupid.
You had like training, but yet the person that was
I trained for 3 weeks.
I was just going to say, like, it was just so that they could check the box for safety that they did that training. But literally the person that did it told us that they were certified and they had so many hours of jumping and so many jumpings and so many whatever. And yeah. But it was fun. I would do it again if I didn't have to pay for it. It was
okay.
expensive.
That's like saying that I'm a doctor because my dad's a doctor.
You had a half-hour training on a
I'm
video.
not saying I would do it by myself. I will be strapped to someone else who's competent to do it.
Yeah, I don't want to do anything like that where I have no control whatsoever. You already have enough stuff in life that you have no control over.
I guess you might have control of them if you're strapped to them and you knock them the fuck out and you just take over control.
You're not going to be able to reach the handles
How?
to
You're sitting
control
on
the
their
fucking
sitting on
parachute.
the front of them.
You could have. It was right behind me.
how would you get to it if the toggle? If when you jump, the toggles are right here, Swan. They are out for the eyes of those of you who can't see me. Obviously, the toggles are about at your ear level, slightly higher than that. You're sitting gravity. You're sitting on that person's dick, basically. How would your arms reach the toggles?
That was another question I had. The parachutes you were using in the military, were they just like the drop parachutes, or did you actually have like toggles to steer?
It depends what unit where you were in. The first unit I was in, they were all steer. They had the toggles and they steer sort of. In other words, they weren't.
They give you a general sense of steering.
No, you could. They were actually kind of dangerous for us to use because we trained on the ones where you have no control. The only control you do have control. What you do is you pull up on the risers and you pull them to your chest, and that will slowly turn you. When you have the toggles, they turn you faster. The ones that have the skydivers, they turn you even faster. So we usually, like, if it was a big jump and there was lots of people, most of us never touched the fucking toggles unless you got drifted a lot. Then before you were starting to descend like 100 feet up, you would turn into the wind a little bit and then you would come down. But I knew people that were halo jumpers, which is high altitude, low openings. In other words, they were military skydivers that tried to use the toggles and fucked themselves up on the regular. I guess it was the T10s is what we had, and then we had the T10.
When you say fuck yourself up, what do you mean?
Land really fucking hard
because it like collapses on one side or something, and then
because they built up speed.
Yeah. What they would do is they would try to do I guess they call it a flare. I'm not a skydiver. I'm just and this is, you guys have to remember, this is like 30 fucking years ago for me. They would do, if you pulled both the toggles, pulling the toggle changes your panel of the silk. Basically, it collapses it a little bit so you can turn. If you pull both of them, it will collapse both sides a little bit. And what they would do then, when they're like, I guess they're supposed to be, I don't know how many feet above the ground, they would pull that and collapse it a little bit, and then they'd let it go. And as it catches air, it would lift them up so they would have a softer landing. That might work with the big chutes that they were using for Halo. It does not work so well with the T-10 Charlies because it's just a round chute. So they would hit really freaking hard. I did see one guy who successfully landed on his feet like a skydiver. And we were all like, damn. But he almost also hit the truck. And he was a German dude.
Did you ever get to Halo jump?
Fuck no, you have to go to a special school. You have to be special forces back in my day to go to those schools. Special forces or long range reconnaissance surveillance stateside that would send their people.
So I guess my question is that
what height would you jump from a Halo jump?
I don't know.
Oh yeah,
dozens of feet.
There's some videos out there of some guys doing Halo jumps. It's fucking crazy as hell.
I mean,
the one that's really crazy.
Have to wear air masks because there's not enough air.
Definitely.
That's like 3 or 4 miles up.
Yeah, and they've got the altimeters, and the one that's also really cool is the high altitude, high opening ones, where they can apparently like drift in from miles away, which is fucking dope. So they open way higher and they just fly in.
Again, imagine being an enemy of America and just 36 special forces guys drop from the clouds like avenging angels. Like, oh fuck,
yeah,
where'd they come
what type
from?
Of chute did you use? I know the skydivers use it looks like a square parachute. And you mentioned you guys, were you specifically using the dome ones?
We were using the circular parachutes that they used all the way, the same design that they had back from World War II, the same type. The ones they use now don't look like that. They kind of look like a square that comes together at a point at the top now, like a short box, which I think they're ugly. I'm like, that's an ugly parachute.
So along with your parachute training, would you use a glide suit?
You know, one of glide suit.
Yeah,
astro glide suit.
Yeah, wingsuit.
Where it looks like you're a flying
squirrel.
Squirrel.
Just
no.
The flying Beaveman, that would be cool.
Oh my god. There's a French guy that made a real jetpack. Like, he can deploy from the ground. It has wings, and he uses his hands as like I don't know what you call the things on the tail.
Rudders.
Yeah. Uses his hands as rudders, and he can actually achieve flight. Like, he's gotten over a mile up.
That's fucking dope.
Yeah. It's got a fucking engine on it. Like, it shoots flames out the back.
But if you think about how many times he's like crashed that in trying to do it, you're like,
oh, this was like prototype 30. Because he always flies with like a reserve parachute.
That's smart. So I was going to say, what happens if the engine goes
real smart.
Yeah.
He
you
actually
gotta be
has
a
to log
specific height.
his flight plans with the French government so that
Also smart.
so he can't fly over cities in case he has to bail, so his fucking jet engine backpack doesn't crash into a house.
God, it's pretty crazy. No, the only thing that I didn't get to do, there was 2 things that I wanted to do, but I was never in a unit that did them. I wanted to fast rope, at least try it. And I wanted to do a helicast.
It's fast roping when you're like deploying out of a helicopter on a rope super
so
fast.
Yeah, it's just it's a really thick rope. I mean, like, nobody can see it, but it's probably as big around as like a softball or maybe more. And they just slide down that. And what they do is they have, they use their gloves and their feet to brake themselves. So that's how they slow down. So if you've seen if you've ever seen what's the fucking movie?
Black Hawk Down? I feel like
Black Hawk Down. They fast roping. That's what that is. That's fast roping.
Okay. Yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah. Helicast is where they're flying over a body of water and then you jump out the helicopter, out the back into the water. But I'm not a good swimmer, so I was like, I don't know why I want to do that.
That's what I was going to say. Why would you even think
that? Like a rock.
I feel like that was your nightmare. Like that would have been your nightmare. Like, please don't make me do that.
No, but I got to do fun things out of helicopter. So I was like, well, the 2 things I haven't done is fast rope and I haven't helicast. I have done one thing that a lot of people never did, which was Spy's Rig. I did get to do that. So that was kind of cool.
Yeah, you're going to have to explain that one to us.
So Spy's Rig is where they have this is how they can extract you in certain situations where they can't land. They'll drop a cable down and that cable has hooks on it or where you click in and you clip into it and they take off and you're flying at the bottom of the helicopter.
And so they pull you back up in?
No, they don't pull you back up. They land.
Okay. And you get just unclip when you get to the ground.
For a fast, that's why you call it a Spy's Rig. It's a fast extraction. And then I don't know if some of them, maybe they have winches where they can pull you in, but that's how they get you out quick.
So, is that like a skyhook?
It was with a plane.
Yeah.
Where they had these 2 poles with a cord between it and a dude just tucked into a ball. And the plane like drops a hook that grabs the cord and then just yanks you into the fucking
they were
sky.
still doing that all the way up till Vietnam. I think they stopped that in Vietnam.
It kept killing people.
Yeah. There's a really good scene of them doing that in The Ballad of the Green Berets, John Wayne's movie, where that's how they take they had like a general or something and that was their prisoner and they had him extracted. That was hilarious. You just go whoop, gone.
Is that similar to what they did to that in the Batman movie? Where they put a big balloon on the guy and they...
Yeah. That's what it is. Yeah. And then the plane flies by with a hook and then just yanks them. Yeah.
It's got to be terrifying. All of a sudden...
Oh my God.
I
would shit myself.
I definitely wouldn't want to do that. Spy's Rig was fun because you're just like flying around. You're like, this is fucking cool. Yeah.
I mean, I guess it would be worth shitting yourself out if you were like trapped somewhere and that was your only point of rescue.
I mean, if they could get you out, but yeah. But if they could get a balloon to you, I feel like they could get.
Then you become a target, like a pinata for bullets from the ground.
Oh, ain't nobody hitting that. Nobody's hitting that. That's a fast move. That's a pretty fast move in extraction. Spy's Rig, yeah, you could get shot. Spy's Rig.
Random tidbit about the Air Force in Vietnam. Initially, they were using jet planes. And so the North Vietnamese got really used to shooting at the super fast jet planes, but they were inaccurate because they were flying too fast. So they brought back a propeller plane that flew like 3 times slower, and they never got shot down because the fucking Vietnamese would lead them too much. And because they were flying slower, they were way more accurate with their bomb drops.
Well, when you go to training, they teach you how to lead each aircraft, like in the U.S. military when I was in.
Yeah, well, this is the Vietnamese.
Yeah. Well, I think they would have figured it out eventually, but apparently not. Fascinating.
I think there's some validation to it.
You need your fucking validation.
I mean,
I'll validate
the young
you.
people that are up and coming when they're getting ready to parachute.
You're a big, strong man.
Validation.
What's it like to drop from a perfectly good aircraft? And you can tell them.
Well, yeah, but they've always said for years that they're going to get rid of the large divisions that do that, and I'm like, and every time I'm like, no, they won't, because they say it's not. They say it's like, oh, it's not an effective way to enter into combat. I'm like, the fuck, it isn't. You sent.
It's an amazing way.
Yeah,
you
I'm
just
like,
dropped a whole fucking division off in the middle of enemy territory.
Yep.
They're gonna fuck shit up.
Exactly, and then you prep the area. You have the naval gunfire just shooting like fucking crazy. The Air Force comes in, strafes the fuck out of it.
ACR like 130s with the fucking howitzers to the side, just burning shit down.
Puff. Puff comes in, fucks everything up.
Is Puff still around?
I don't know if they have it on a different aircraft now, though.
I don't know what Puff is.
I think it was on a C1. It was on a C-130 when I was in. And then they might have put it on. Maybe it's on a C-17 now. I don't know.
Nolan wants you to explain that to him.
Puff is exactly what you were just talking about, Nolan, where they've got the miniguns on the aircraft that comes in. They call it Puff the Magic Dragon.
Puff the Magic Dragon. Yeah.
Okay, because I saw the miniguns, but I also saw one C-130 had a full ass like artillery piece on the side of it that was just pumping out rounds the size of my torso.
I haven't seen that.
And if you've ever seen a C-130 up close, that's a big fucking
Not
aircraft.
compared to the 141 or the C-17.
I got to walk through one in some air show. It was fucking awesome.
Yeah, the C-130 is what I originally jumped out of in airborne school. And then we went to the C-141. So C-130 is still a plane. C-141 is a jet. C-17 is a jet. So C-130 is fun. The helicopters are the most fun to jump out of, though.
Ron can tell you all about that, the fuel for those.
Yes, what is the fuel for the
How many
C-130
gallons
Hercules?
does it take? You know, all the
Actually,
things.
I never memorized a lot of that shit.
He just
Great.
did it till it was.
They're like,
He just did it till the pump shut off.
it overflowed and he had to wash his people down. He had to strip them down and take the fuel off.
There you go. That's how we did it. That's how we knew the
Fill
aircraft
it up
was
to
full.
the top.
Yeah, they got a little gauge on there. They said it's full. Good.
What? It's not more technical than that. What?
What? We thought you were doing like some Black Ops shit.
He was. He can't talk about it.
Can't talk about it's
He
classified.
can't talk about his Black Ops shit.
Well, you bring up a good point. When you get out of the military, man, like I did you have to sign certain papers that you weren't allowed to talk about certain things?
No, because I still had a security clearance when I got out.
Yeah, but you were not allowed to talk about certain things, even though you had a security clearance.
No, I didn't talk about it
one
anyway
too.
because I was still in. I never got out. I stayed in for years and years and years. I did like 13 years.
Well, I did 8, but I figured pretty much when you got out, they said, all right, now that you're going to be a civilian, you cannot talk about this anymore.
No, I didn't give
Right.
no, nobody said shit to me. I got out.
He didn't know anything.
No, when I got out,
Yeah, he does it.
when I got out, I went out on terminal leave. So you do everything before you go on leave. So you turn in all your shit. The only thing you can't turn in is you can't turn in your ID card because you're still in the military. So when you go
I
out
know
on
that.
terminal leave, you still have your ID card and there's nothing else after that. Once your time is up, your time is up. You don't have to do shit. Like I still have my ID card.
Well, they
Real
made me
quick,
build
if we
mail.
got into another active war, could they like call you back?
No.
No.
Well, not you,
we're
Ron.
too
You're
far-
old as fuck.
Oh, fuck yeah. Thank you. Thank you, Nolan. I appreciate that.
No problem. You're safe from war
No,
until it
I-
comes to the shores.
Actually, no, I'm not. A lot of people aren't safe from that. If you have military experience, you technically can be called up with what they call pocket orders.
Yeah, fueling still needs to occur.
Yeah.
Still, the vehicles still need fuel.
I'm just happy I'm outside
Someone's
of the
gonna
first
wipe
round
down that
draft
windshield.
picks now.
What's that?
I'm just happy I'm outside of the first round draft picks now.
Well, there's no.
Oh, you're
draft.
The cutoff is 26.
Yeah, there's no draft.
We can change that.
Yeah.
I know I
can
can still
do
get
whatever
drafted.
we
It's just the
want.
first round is 18 to 26 year olds.
No, if they
No.
did, what's goofy about it is, I still think this is a good movie plot, is that the old men start the wars in the first place. Wars are started by, and this is an old saying, old men start the wars, young men fight them. I feel like it should be old men start the war, old men should fight the war. You know what I mean? Because I'm like, oh, you guys started the
All
war.
right, we lost a lot. Now it's time to send in the young men.
Yeah. Well, I feel like, okay, why should we sacrifice the young? I mean, yes, they've got testosterone and they're badasses, but might as well. If they gave us an option, like if they did have a war and they're like, your daughter has to go, your son has to go. I'm like, how would I go? Like if you had the choice, I'm like, I'd rather go.
Yeah,
Oh,
me
yeah.
too.
If my nephew got drafted, I'd be like, I'll sign up if you let him go to college.
Yeah.
He's smart
You know,
and has a future. I'm
and
just a
being
dumbass.
And being old as we are, we would probably wake up about noon and start the war.
Yeah. Well, and also,
It's like-
I mean, you have to think about the level of experience you have. Yes, am I more physically fit than when I was? No. Is my brain power better? 1,000% better. Is my thinking, is my processing speed better? Yes. Am I a better shot now? I actually am a better shot now than when I was in.
Yeah.
So
World War
a lot
II,
of
they
things.
actually had a unit that was all older guys, like between 30 and 40. And they put them all in that unit to like test them to see what older men were capable of, and they completely destroyed all the younger recruits.
Well, because you
in
don't
every
need,
mock battle.
yeah, but this is because we didn't realize until maybe, I think it was it 90? I got out in 98.
The average age of a special forces operator is 30.
Well, I got out in 98, and in 90, I feel like it was 95 or 96, something like that. They changed the physical fitness standards because they realized that you actually are more fit when you're like 25 than when you're 18. So the sweet spot was like, sweet spot is actually like 25 to 28. And you're like, fuck. You're like, they're going to make it fucking harder than it was. And it's supposed to drop off because we're all like, oh, we can't wait till we get to 25 because then we don't have to worry about, our physical fitness stuff is going to drop. But then they realized that, yeah, 25 to 28, you're pretty fucking fit compared to 18.
That is the peak of your physical strength as a man.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, if I could go back, if they said, what age would you pick to go back to, I'd pick 27.
I wouldn't, because that was when COVID started.
Well, saying now, if they said, what age would you pick? I mean, like 27.
At 25, 24, 25.
Yeah, nobody wants to be 18. Being 18 sucks.
Yeah, being 18 sucks. I don't want to be 20. Well, I mean, I guess I wouldn't care to be 27, but I was pregnant at 27, so I don't want to do that again.
Good Lord, you guys are not understanding what I'm saying. If you could pick what your age of your body could be at this moment, knowing everything that you know now, I would pick the age of 27.
Yeah,
what the fuck don't you people understand?
I understood the question.
I understood the question too. I was just saying, but yeah, that's a good age. I was in good shape then.
Now, if I could go back in time to inhabit my younger body, I'd go like junior in high school because I was about to buy a lot of Bitcoin for like pennies on the dollar. And I got talked out of it, and I could be a fucking billionaire right now if I had just kept it.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, well, you can't, woulda, shoulda, coulda.
Yep.
Yeah, hindsight's 2020.
Yep.
I get depressed about it every day.
If I would have done what I was supposed to do, what we should have done when I was 32, well, we would probably have like 3 or 4 Big B's right now, but we didn't.
Yeah, that would have been dope.
Anyway.
Anyway.
Now that we've beaten a dead horse, where does that saying even come from? I don't even know what this fucking podcast was about. I feel like I talked a lot about this.
It was about parachutes.
It was clips.
It was parachutes.
I was saying that what I really wanted to do is I wish I could, I'm going to have to like put out some feelers to find a person who's been in the military recently who wants to be on a podcast as a guest. So we can pick their brain and compare what it was like when they were, it has to be somebody who has like a similar job for sure. Not fuel.
I know Jay Hunter was in the Navy.
Yeah, not the same thing, bro.
I know, I'm just spitballing here, asshole.
No, and also they have to be somebody who's not as angry as me, because otherwise it's just going to be a big.
That's 90% of the population.
Big anger thing.
Have you thought about therapy for anger management?
No.
No, my sister-in-law was in the Army.
And she did a similar job as me?
I have no idea what she did.
I'm guessing not, since they didn't allow infantry until like the past like 6 or 7 years.
What's your thought on that, by the way?
I feel like if you can do it, fucking do it.
But are you okay with them changing standards to allow women into the front line?
No.
Why?
No, you bring people up to the standard. You don't lower the standard to meet the people. And there's plenty of men. There's
the Beaveman there.
There's plenty of men who can't be infantry. That's why they didn't join the infantry.
I can't be infantry. I know that for a fact.
I joined the infantry because I thought that would be the most fun one to do.
You want me to hike 20 miles? Fine. Just don't time me.
Well, that's part of it. They do time you.
Yeah, I know.
They do time you.
It's like, all right, you finished the hike. You did it 3 days slower than everyone else.
I
got it done.
I'll do it as long as I have no backpack and don't have to carry a weapon.
Oh, no. You can
maybe there's a coffee place next to
you.
it.
I'm going to get it done in time.
And I can pick my footwear. Yeah, kind of don't do that.
Maybe a donut place nearby.
Got to carb up.
Well, let me drive a tank. I don't need to be fit for that.
Yeah, well, a lot of tankers can't really fit through the...
I was going to say, you can't
Yeah,
fit through the hole if you're not...
Trust me, when I was in, there were tankers, you're like, how the fuck, you're going to get stuck in that hole? You're going to get stuck in the hatch.
Well, eventually you'll be thin enough to
It's a
come
good
out.
thing
We
we're
won't
fighting
feed you.
insurgents and not other tank crews. You'd get fucking melted.
No, the division didn't have that many tanks. I can't remember what tank they had. They didn't have many of them, but they were told us, we're like, hey, we're going to have tanks for that. We were doing a training mission. We were taking a trench line, and the trench line had, of course, they all have razor wire, barbed wire, triple strand, what we call concertina, and you have to breach that in order to hit the trench. And usually we do that manually. In other words, we usually cut it. We have a team that goes and cuts the wire so you can get through. But they're like, hey, we got a tank for this one. And we're like, sweet. So the tank is going to blow a hole through the wire for us. I'm like, dope. So we went and saw, and so we were like walking behind the tank, and then we rode up on the tank, and the tanker popped the hatch, and I was like, that motherfucker can be stuck. He was so fucking big. I was like, well, I guess tankers don't have the same standards that the infantry have, but he was huge. He was a big boy. I think they might have had to
World
lube
War
it.
II, they did have size requirements to be tankers. It's like, all right, how short are you? Perfect. You're 5'3". Get the fuck in that tank.
There's size requirements for everything, and there's a height requirement to be a paratrooper. There's height requirements for lots of things.
In World War II, I would be too tall to be a pilot. For like any
Vietnam, you had to be a certain size to be a tunnel rat.
Yeah, they wanted tiny people to be tunnel rats.
They're not sending my fat ass into a tunnel.
No.
My head wouldn't even fucking fit.
Yeah, you'd be more like a tunnel boar. Tunnel bear. All right. Well, anyway, that's it for us.
Anyway,
we're about to embark on a special occasion. This will come out Sunday, and we will have already been to West Virginia hanging out for Mothman Fest.
West Virginia.
Mount Mama.
That is beautiful country up there.
Yeah, we're hoping to see
Just recently went there.
Hopefully we'll see
Hopefully
some cryptids.
we can find a cryptid.
I mean, I am a cryptid, but, you know.
Hopefully we can find a real cryptid.
I am a real cryptid.
Hopefully we can find a
catching me.
cryptid that lives in the woods and is being actively hunted by society.
Did you say ass fuck?
Or maybe the cryptid that invested in crypto early on.
It's a smart cryptid. We will also have had our show, so that will have gone well. And then now promotional stuff will now be deferred to the Swan, as I myself will not be saying shit because I still don't have any information on my show in Decatur, but that's fine. Adios, muchachos.
And from the Swan, Nolan has his open mic every other Wednesday. The next one will be Wednesday, October 1st at 1871 Tap Room in Plainwell, Michigan. That's a fun room. Check it out. Reach out to John Cock Comedy if you want to get interested in getting booked on that. And then we have our Slap Your Tail Comedy open mic at the Wax Wings Brewing Company in Kalamazoo, Michigan. That is every first and third Tuesday at Wax Wings on Gull Road. It is not every other week, motherfucker. The next one is October 7th. We do need people for that one, so reach out to the Beaveman or Slaptail Nation if you're wanting to be on that. We have our comedy show at the Cricket Upstairs Lounge and Comedy Club in Battle Creek, Michigan. There's comedy there every first and third Friday. The first, not every other weekend. No, don't fuck our fans up. So the first one is hosted by Dan Does Comedy. The third Friday is hosted by Slaptail Nation. We're growing that. And the Beaveman, if you guys are looking and you're over 35 or maybe 34 and with the birthday coming up soon, if you're interested in being a Chuckle Bunny, reach out to the Beaveman or Slaptail Nation.
I have made exceptions. I have made exceptions for younger people, but I told them I will not look at them.
Okay. So keep that in mind. Submit your application. And that's all I have right now. Bye from the Swan.
Salutations from John Cock Comedy. If you want to get on my open mic, all you got to do is ask. It's every other week in Plainwell, Michigan on Wednesday. Our shows in October are going to be on the 1st, the 15th, and the 29th.
Oh.
If you want to book me for your shows.
Of them?
Yeah, there's
and
3 of them.
It's every other Wednesday?
Yeah. Or every other week.
Every other
week?
Yeah. If you want to book him, how do we book you?
I was about to say, but you rudely interrupted
I know,
me.
because you rudely interrupted me too.
I was fucking whispering.
But I still heard it.
Yeah, that's the point of a whisper. It's supposed to be.
Fine. At about this
some
point in time,
textual
most
thing.
people stop listening.
Anyway, if you want to book me for any shows, I can do up to half an hour. I consider myself to be playfully edgy, and you can find me at John Cock Comedy on Instagram or johncockcomedy@gmail.com. I don't check my email very often, though, so get a hold of me on Instagram. Have a great fucking night. John Cock Comedy out.
And from the Ronz, I mean, it's good to be back with the Beaveman, the Swan, and of course, John Cock Comedy. That's a great name. That really is.
You want to put that cock in your mouth, Ronz?
Put that cock in your mouth,
Where the fuck
comedy.
did that come from?
That's his slogan.
And if you haven't seen the Beaveman out there on his on the stage, yeah, he's getting up there in years. You might not be able to see him, so get out there and see him. He's good comedy there.
He is very old and will probably die soon.
On that plane crash to San Diego. I can't believe they said that. And for the Ronz, I guess that's my cue to get the fuck out of here. Stay safe and sane, motherfuckers. Be safe.